The anticipation builds, slowly, as one gets closer to the end of a peninsula in Buzzards Bay known as Butler's Point. To the left, there are glimpses of verdant fairways and golden fescue. Suddenly, water pops into view, deep blue in color and pocked with whitecaps. The wind that blows out of the southwest is scented with salt, and ospreys soar over the foam-flecked swells, looking for baitfish. The golfer knows that what lies ahead is a top 100 William Flynn-designed course, both challenging and beautiful. Excitement builds for first-time visitors, and even for long-standing members who have never lost their enthusiasm for this spectacular place. Welcome to the Kittansett Club in Marion, Massachusetts. As one rounds a bend by the 17th green, Buzzards Bay comes fully into view. There are yachts tacking in the distance, their multicolored spinnakers bulging in the breeze, and sleek powerboats cutting through waves. The 1st and 18th fairways on the tip of Butler's Point are suddenly visible too, as well as the weathered, wood-shingled pro shop and clubhouse. Logic dictates that a spit of land cannot make an entrance because it is not able to move, but this setting certainly makes for a grand one. In fact, it is one of the best in the game, and so is the club located there. Founded in 1922, Kittansett takes its name from a pair of Native American words, Kittan meaning sea, and Set for near. Not surprisingly, given its location in an area where shellfish have long proliferated, the founders chose a scallop shell as their logo. They also decided to make golf the centerpiece of their association. The task of constructing the course fell to one of the original members, Frederick C. Hood. A rubber company magnate from Boston, he was a natural choice for the job, being a keen player who had learned about course architecture during trips to the British Isles. For decades, the conventional wisdom was that Hood had not only overseen the building of the Kittansett layout, but had also conceived of its design. But the discovery of a trove of documents in a Pennsylvania barn just after the turn of the 21st century revealed that the actual architect was Flynn, a Bay Stater by birth, who had moved to Philadelphia and set up a very successful golf course design firm in the city. Considered one of the greats from golf's golden age of course architecture, his credits include Cherry Hills in Colorado, Shinnecock Hills on the east end of Long Island, and the 9-hole Primrose course at the Country Club in Brookline, Massachusetts. As for Hood, he turned out to be more project manager than anything else, though he likely added some design touches of his own, such as the many mounds he created as a means to dispose of the boulders found during construction. However the collaboration came together, it produced brilliant results. Construction of the Kittansett course commenced in 1922, with 9 holes opening by August the following season. The full 18 was playable 2 months later. Francis Ouimet, the celebrated amateur golfer and winner of the 1913 U.S. Open, participated in an early exhibition match. In time, Kittansett made Ouimet an honorary member, and he returned to Butler's Point many times in later years. The list of features that commend the Kittansett course, which was one of Flynn's first solo efforts, is a long one. A routing that is interesting and challenging. Land that is easy to walk, yet also possesses great character. Sweeping seaside views, lots of wind too, and one can never be sure before a round how hard it will blow, and out of what direction. As was the case with many clubs of that era, Kittansett has endured more than its share of challenges. There were the financial hardships that came with the Great Depression, and the difficulties that arose when the U.S. military occupied the grounds for a spell during World War II, forcing the club to close down. It was battered by hurricanes that flooded the golf course, littered the property with debris, and washed away the pro shop among other outbuildings. To be sure, it has not been an easy run, but Kittansett has done more than merely survive through the decades. The club has prospered. For 100 years, Kittansett has served primarily as a members club, a place for men, women, and children to enjoy the game of golf, as well as each other's company, whether during a round, over a beverage at the 19th hole, or at a meal on the newly renovated deck that extends off the north side of a recently revamped clubhouse. And members will tell you that while they have suffered through bad rounds at Kittansett, they have never had a bad day. At the same time, Kittansett has also proved to be a first-rate tournament venue. For many years, the most prominent competition ever to be staged here was the 1953 Walker Cup, and those matches featured a number of golf's greatest, including Ken Venturi, Joe Carr, Gene Littler, Bill Campbell, and Harvey Ward. Then, in 2022, came the U.S. Senior Amateur, featuring some of the finest male golfers, 55 years of age and older. 16 former USGA champions were in the field of that event, which attracted a record 2,865 entries. And in the end, it was a 59-year-old Georgian named Rusty Strawn who emerged victorious, beating another man from the Peach State, Doug Hansel, 3-2 in the final. Comments from competitors like Strawn and Hansel only reaffirmed what Kittansett members have long known. Their layout, which Gil Hans has been revamping with great deliberation since signing on as the club's architectural consultant in the mid-1990s, provides a great test for better players, as it also gives recreational golfers a wonderful place to tee it up. The Kittansett Club, an extraordinary William Flynn golf course on Buzzards Bay.